What's up, everybody? Welcome to 4-ish Horseman O'Clock. It's just me today. That's it. No one else. Chris said he had enough and just left. George, well, George.
Whoa! Wait a minute, everyone. I'm right here. Hold on. What's up, everybody? My name is George Gaspar. This is 4-ish Horseman O'Clock. Who are you? You don't belong here. It's just the George Show.
All right. Well, you know what?
Get out.
All right,
Get
George.
out.
All right.
Is it time to end the show? The show's over. Everybody go home. That's right. George hates fun, and Chris is fun. Ergo,
Actually,
George hates Chris.
you know what's better than George?
Your stick? My
Two
stick.
Georges.
My stick is better than bacon. There's no such thing as two Georges. There's only one George in this. Oh my God! There's two Georges.
Welcome to 4-ish O'Clock. I'm George Gaspar.
And I'm
George
also
Gaspar.
George Gaspar. Next to George Gaspar.
Third jet. Diego's over there now.
George, why are you out of?
I don't know. You're interfering too much.
Hi, George.
How's it going?
It's going great.
Here we are.
Oh wow!
That's gross.
Wow!
All right.
Wow! That's not lit.
All right.
Yes. What? There's no Chris here. There's only George. Oh my God! It's
Oh,
Chris.
what a surprise! No one saw that one coming.
I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
Now that he slobbered all over it.
Well,
Just like I slobber all over George. Hi, George.
why isn't George here?
George isn't here because if you happen to have seen the thumbnail preview image, George popped out a baby.
Wow, I must have heard it.
Awkward. Emerged from his
Oh.
beard.
Wait.
No. It was a poop baby. Sorry.
George is having another baby?
George is having a 10th baby. I don't know. How many babies does he have?
I don't know.
How many does he know about?
He has 2.
It's a busy guy, I guess.
So yes, we wanted to say congratulations to the real George, who's not here because he has to get his priorities in order.
I figured
No,
he's
it
got
sounds like his priorities are in order.
Because he's not here?
Because
He's
he's
not
not
here.
priority. How dare he? So now,
We got a wow from Cool Minivan Dad.
wow. I will say this. I asked George if he wanted to have something like I'll what do you call it? Remote him in so he can pop in or whatever. He said no. So you know what that means?
You going to his house?
Oh, I like that idea even better. George, I'm coming over.
The way his eyes lit up.
I didn't even think about that. Here I was, all excited that I'm going to have one show over George.
Oh, there it is.
But I'm going to his house. Let's go, gang. Come on, here we go. Ooh, I got a shot. Did you see that? Ooh. See if
I
it
heard
shows
it.
up over
I
there.
don't think I see it.
Let's see it. Tell me if it shows up.
No.
Nope. Wow, that was crazy. Oh, man, that was...
It's all that smoke in the air.
Yeah. Dang.
Everybody okay?
If that was George,
I heard
I would have
screaming
laughed.
in That was just Chris.
It's
Oh, it's always Chris.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's nothing to be alarmed about.
Well, there's things to be alarmed
Just
about.
Canada.
The world is on
Coming
fire.
after us.
Yeah.
Yes. To everyone out there in the large plume of smoke coming down from Canada, stay safe. That's why I have to
Stop
say about
breathing.
that. Yes.
Hold your breath.
Hold your breath until it's over. But hopefully everybody is definitely okay out there. Yes, Cookie is always thinking.
I'm always thinking.
I am never thinking.
Who said that? Cool Minivan Dad?
Wow.
Oh, do we?
No way.
Oh,
Wait, do we say what day it is?
Yeah,
Do we-
today. It's
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Not
Oh.
only is it George's son's birthday.
Was he born
It's
today?
Cookie.
He was born
birthday.
today.
It's Cookie's
It's my
birthday.
birthday.
And it's also Cookie's birthday, but it's
But-
also
Wow.
It's also that guy's birthday.
Hold on.
Can they see that?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Bringing it up. Here we go. Ready? Let me get to it. Hold on. It's going to take a moment.
suspense is killing me.
Suspense is
I'm
killing
watching
me.
on the 5 second delay.
So much hype.
I forget how to do it. There he is, the man himself, 45 years young.
There it goes.
There's Vern.
Look at him.
Oh,
Vernon Jordan.
Look at
Vernon Jordan. Happy 45, Vern. Happy 45.
Got my eye on you, Veron.
I feel like we just saw him.
We may have just seen him.
We may have. You know what? He's too famous and popular.
He's too much going on.
Yeah,
He's been way busier than George.
That's right.
By at least one kid.
That's right.
I think George is watching the show.
George, this is what you're missing. You're missing Veron over here.
I got my Wednesday shirt on, George.
I got my
You
Wednesday
better
shirt on.
have yours on too. Maybe you're not. I don't care.
I got my
The,
Wednesday shirt on.
So this was a wonderful little concoction by by Greg.
This is our friend Greg. Yeah.
So our friend Greg, friend of the studio, friend of the shipping department, friend of high ceilings.
You see Greg and just took his knife out. I don't know if I should worry. Yeah. You see the other one.
So
Oh,
Greg did this, okay, and we all love Vern. Vern, he's probably seen this, right?
We saw after we did it.
Okay, okay. So Vern knows about these, but
We're working very hard.
These are too hilarious to not share. So that's Vern. Obviously, is Michael Jordan. Now this is. Oh, I can't. I gotta zoom in. How do I zoom in? Oh man, I don't know if I can zoom in on that. Let me see. Man, I don't know if I can zoom. Well, go back!
Spoilers.
Go back! Well,
You're the best at this, Chris.
You know,
I
this is
All right.
the show.
Whoa.
The show's right on track.
So this is someone sent me a screen grab, which I had this whole.
Was
thing
that
on
meaning Greg didn't send you a picture of it?
there. I don't know. He did. I don't know.
I sent you a picture.
You sent me. All right, it's your
Greg did
fault.
too.
So anyway, so that's Cookie with Vern's face. I'll see if I can zoom in on that one later. And then that's Vern with Cookie's face, which is very disturbing.
See, it's bad you can't see the other one better because me with his face is like epic.
It's just disturbing. All right, so we're going to stop sharing for a moment. All right, we're gonna get back to that.
Where are we going?
I'm gonna go away now.
Oh, the horror! Oh, the horror! Where is? Let me just see. Do I have that? Where's that image? There it is. All right. Let me see if I could tell him something.
Well, I mean, I don't know. So
tell him
we
what you're
took the-
working on. I don't know.
Greg showed me the picture. I'm like, well, I need a picture of me with Vern's face. And so we immediately did it. And it's pretty horrifying. Oh, now we're really big.
No, it's okay. I'm doing something.
It's pretty horrifying. And then we did then he did the other one.
Oh, good
Losing
Lord.
viewers by the 10.
We had more than 10 viewers.
Oh, good Lord.
Oh my god.
Keep
All right,
talking,
so
keep talking.
what's going on? We got All Stars 6 is currently up for sale, right? So go buy some All Star 6s. We're imminently waiting on a container, hopefully soon, right? That's not a secret.
Always waiting on something.
So
Monkey King is on, hopefully going to be here soon.
yeah.
That's all I got, really. It's hot.
That's all I got.
It's hot in here.
Well, there's a lot going on.
A lot of hot air getting blown around.
Oh, Lord. All right. Where did it go? There it is. All right.
What else? We
throw it
have
up.
ToyCon this weekend.
Yeah, ToyCon is this
So
weekend.
come out and see us in ToyCon.
Come on, Eileen.
Well, Diego won't be there.
I won't be there
Yeah,
Saturday.
nobody's going to be there.
I won't be there Saturday, but I'll be there Sunday.
It's a buffet of Mythic Legions.
There you
There it
go.
is.
Oh, boy.
That is the thing of nightmares.
Wow.
That is the
Look
thing.
at that face.
That is the thing of nightmares, right there.
Holy moly.
Nightmares.
That is like
Wow.
see all these people that left just missed this amazing
Whoa.
concoction.
No way.
No way.
No way.
All right. Okay.
That is. That's gonna be my
we
my
want
wallpaper.
viewers right now.
That's gonna be my wallpaper. That's gonna be the preview for next week's episode.
That is the thing of nightmares.
Wow.
All
right.
See, people seem to what they say. Oh boy. Oh, making friends.
Oh, it looks like a Xenothon. So silly. Oh my goodness. All right. So
So now what?
just check and make sure there's any comments, but I need to.
Let's get into some real news.
All right, hold on.
Is Joe talking about this? Or
Oh, goodness gracious. All right. What do we want to talk about first? Want to do that first? All right, we'll
Well,
do that first.
I'm not doing that first.
We got.
I'll drop it.
With
or
George
something.
not here, we got a scoop, baby.
End the show, guys. End the show.
Oh, okay. Bye, guys.
All right. Wait, guys.
You said end the show.
Everybody, we actually have a scoop here.
What? Wait a
Forge-
minute. Wait a minute.
Horseman o'clock.
Cloud, you should be ashamed of yourself. He said he'll be in Jersey this weekend, but not for ToyCon.
What?
That's absurd.
What?
Cloud, come on.
No way.
If you're free on Sunday, come by, say hi to George and myself, not Chris.
Yeah.
Chris
No
won't be
way.
Which George?
there. All the Georges.
Oh,
Every George there.
I'll be floating.
by the way, somebody said George should name the baby Brontus, which is actually pretty funny. But we have other names for the baby already.
Yeah, Deluxe George.
Deluxe George. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool minivan George.
Standard George.
We're gonna call
So,
him,
all right.
we'll call him Vern.
All jokes aside, we do have something cool to show you guys today. As you guys know, there was a change to one of our figures during the All Stars 6 reveal.
No way.
Yeah, we did change the Deacon figure
What?
for many reasons. You can check our social media for explanations on that. But today,
No way.
we are happy to show you Deacon all painted up with his new armor.
Time to end the show right now. Oh, you know what?
Do you want to show it there or should I?
I mean, why should a real thing?
What's that? Yeah, go ahead. Show it. All right. Sorry.
All right.
I had to
The
pull it.
only ones you're teasing are loyal fans. Here we go, guys.
Oh, it's too
This is
perfect.
Deacon's armor, all painted up. We're gonna have photos to show you, but here's a first look of the live sample.
I need to shoot that.
George accessory pack.
We got him riding a Templar just to whoop,
You riding a Templar?
or the Templar's riding him.
Oh, wow.
We got a Templar on him to show you how it matches just a regular one.
Just quick pick, real quick.
Oh, look at that.
So just to show the soft goods, what's that bodysuit called? That bodysuit, that's good enough.
The I don't know, quilted gambeson like
Yeah,
horse drapery.
I call it his smoking robes.
Yeah.
He's just got up out of bed. He's walking around, getting his first bowl of hay for the morning. Little oats on the side. That is dope. I love that color.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
Painted by our very own Joe Vaspolo.
Who?
Josef Vasapolo.
Joseph. So it's very cool. Look at that! Look at that eye, baby! So very cool. Nice. I like that armor's awesome anyway, so it's very cool to have that on there.
And the contrast with the red, with the silver, looks great.
Yep.
One of my
Boom,
favorite
boom,
parts.
boom.
I actually, I'm not even joking. I really like this version more than what we originally
Sound like
showed.
you're joking.
I'm not you.
You know what? I shouldn't be sitting down because I'm just going to stand up anyway. So it's very cool. All right, back to the boom. So regal. Yeah, it is. That armor is freaking. He's going into battle, man. I mean, it's needs to look the part, man. You don't want to get a arrow to the head. It's going to bounce right off. Katang! But it is awesome.
Let's see.
Yeah, it ties back to Gideon's horse. Absolutely. It's very cool.
Yeah, we're really excited to show this off to you guys. So now, you'll know what you're getting. We're going to have complete finalized pictures in the coming days, most likely.
Whenever we send it over.
The site will be updated.
There he is, the painter.
Oh, the man, the myth, the painter.
I believe we're going to put some pictures up tonight.
What?
Huh?
Did you do it yet?
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind. You're doing this for me.
Okay. Joe's
Put that anywhere.
taking it. He said, "I'm done.
He
I'm
said,
starting my own
He said,
company
"You're done."
called like 2.5 Pony Guys."
2.5 pony guys.
Is there going to be Star 6 at Toy Con to look at?
Are we gonna have All Star 6 at ToyCon?
What?
Sure. Why not?
What?
Like to show,
What?
Yeah.
not to purchase,
No,
obviously.
Not
Just
the
to look at.
What?
I don't see
You know,
why.
I didn't approve
Well-
this.
Well, looks like
I'm
we'll,
also nobody. So
yeah, you know,
what?
we'll have
No
some
No way.
All Star 6 for you guys to look at in person at ToyCon. It'll be rad. Oh yeah,
Giddy up.
you want to show this off?
Clippity clop.
There you go.
Clippity clop.
There you
Clippity
go.
clop. Clop.
This is what Joe wanted to show off. This guy with this Templar with this magnificent helmet.
Is that the actual helmet? Comes with?
It's the alternate helmet to Surrey
With
Knox.
those wings?
No way.
Yeah, certainly
Yes,
not.
wait.
Yeah. So this is showing you, you know, how look at that helmet. See how the color scheme on that?
Now,
Wonder who it matches. Oh, wait a minute.
no way.
There you go.
That's
So
awesome.
Deacon is gonna be riding into your collection soon. Armored, ready for battle. And as it was revealed on the live stream, underneath everything, it is essentially a Balius and will come with everything that Balius came with. So
Balius or Balius, depending on how
yeah,
you, depending on where in Mythos you're from.
yeah. If you're from Southern Mythos or Northern Mythos, you know. So, yeah, this is going to be a great horse. I'm super excited for it. I'm actually even more excited because of these armor pieces. This looks awesome.
Very cool.
Did a good job, Joe.
Thanks.
Beautiful.
Did a good job. All right.
Thanks,
Smash
Eric, for
a
Smash.
a 6 in the chat if you like the new armor.
And smash nothing if you got nothing nice to say. So shh. All right. 106 people. All right, we're gonna show them what they really came for. My stick.
Whoa.
My stick is better than bacon. I don't know why that song is in my head because we were just listening to it. That's right.
It's
Yeah.
because
We got some Poxxus test shots to show. So we're going to show a couple of these really quickly. Right now, these are early. Come on, you can do it. Get out of here, George. We could. So these are early test shots. These are just to give a first review on the figures, the parts, how everything fits together. We're also checking the what's called the durometer, and the durometer is the hardness of the plastic being used. So just for point of reference, if you were to have the standard figure, like let's say the arms, the legs, the torso, that's going to be a durometer of generally 90, maybe 95. A flexible piece like the loincloth armor, the belt, certain things like that we just shorthand call it flex, and then that's usually a durometer of 65.
we all know you love to flex on things.
Oh, flex these 14.5-inch
Like,
pythons. They're very small.
can't-
14 is probably overestimating.
they can't see you making a muscle, not because it's
No.
non-existent, but because you have that on the screen.
It's also non-existent. It's been a long time. So we got. So this is do you remember his name? You're not George. It's not fun to ask you if you remember his name because I know you know his name. What's his name?
I don't remember.
Arizak. What?
No, wait, that's not Arizak.
Oh no, that one is Samir.
Yes.
Because Arizak was on the next
Yeah,
level.
that's Arizak.
Yeah. So all right, so Samir, as you can see, comes with the magic effect that's wrapping around the staff or what have you. That magic effect was a little soft, so you can see at the bottom it's kind of pushing up because it's on the ground. The weight is on it. So I'm probably going to go a little bit harder in terms of the durometer of that plastic. But what we're going to do is we're going to get different durometers of some of these parts to test them out and see what we like better. The problem or a problem that you would come across is that, let's say for this magic effect item, you go all the way up to 90, 95. You run the risk of the thinner parts, especially the end or sometimes the tips, breaking because it's too hard. It's hard. It's a very hard durometer, and it's a thin piece. So that is a recipe for disaster sometimes, where that part can break, especially if it's getting shipped in cold, in either during the winter or to cold areas. Because if it's just sitting out there and it's getting frozen, essentially, that makes it even more fragile.
One would say you would need to find a happy medium.
And the next figure. Next figure is Arzak. Now with Arzak, that lightning crackle effect thing there, that's also extremely flexible. It's also in a 65. However, it's also very thin. So even if you were to go like to a harder material, it's still going to have a fair amount of movement to it, but there's also the chance of it being more fragile. Now we're going to get this in a harder PVC just to kind of test it out and see which we prefer. But the softer PVC actually is kind of cool. It's definitely not going to break, that's for sure. And it's so thin and light that it does hold its shape pretty well. So not overly worried about that, but we'll see how it is. Hi. And you can see he suffers from staph.
Staph infection.
No,
It's a little droopy.
He suffers from droopy staph.
You're such a child.
I know, I am very much. And that's just because when they sent everything, it was basically all bagged and in a box, and then the weight of pieces on top of other pieces like this caused it to warp and deform. So I'm going to want them to send it better next time, like separate some of these parts out so that when we get it, we can see what it actually looks like. Those parts are very long and thin. And so again, it's the same thing where you want to be careful. You don't want it to be too soft of a PVC, because flex for that is going to be, it's not going to retain its shape properly. But if it's too hard, those side parts could easily break off. So we want to be very careful with that. As you can see, his armor, too, came out really nice. They did a good job of engineering that. It's very cool. It's actually separated into 3 parts. You got the main one, and then you got the 2 kind of pauldron-y shoulder pad ones. So that's pretty cool. And then he's got the 2 heads also.
That's one of the test shots I actually wanted to play around with the most, because it looks so cool standing there.
Yeah. It's pretty dang sweet. I like it a lot. It's better than bacon, if you ask me.
Let's see what the people are saying real quick.
What?
Can we?
No.
Or if changing the screen goes.
Oh, yeah, we can see what they I forgot we can. Droopy staff, that's what she said.
Listen, it was very difficult not to make quite a few jokes during that whole segment. This is a family show, so
I really restrained myself.
Yeah. I think we all did.
All right, I got to share that one. This is too funny. PSA, staff trooping is normal. Please see your primary care provider. All right, I'm sorry. I am a child. I can't help it. Oh, yeah, definitely. So, I ordered a bunch of these effects parts to use with Cosmic Legions. I mean, those effects can be used in a whole lot of different ways, and they're really cool. What color will his body actually be under those robes? I don't know. I don't remember, actually. I'm trying to remember.
It was painted, but...
Yeah, that was just whatever was around. Somebody smashed 6. Thank you.
There were a bunch up earlier.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Talk to me about durometer. You know what I'm talking about, Toy Bra. I'm going to call him Toy Bra from now on. Joe's Pony Boys.
That sounded like a different kind of business.
Wasn't Pony Boy from The Outsiders?
Yeah. Stay gold.
Stay golden, Pony Boy. All right, so that's cool. All right.
We got a lot of 6s. Thanks for smashing those 6s, guys. Glad to see that you enjoy Deacon's new look.
All right, sorry, I gotta get back there. I'm not as talented. Why are we 666ing? I'm lost. We're smashing the 6 button. What was it again?
Because if you liked Deacon's new armor, if you like Deacon's new look.
Yeah, that works. Wow. All right, so as you can see in this one, the 2 heads for Arzak. with these, I didn't take a good picture, but like the connection point, the seam line where the beard connects to the head on both of them. The seam line was there's a little bit of a gap in there, and so that's something that the factory needs to fix. They need to kind of work on debugging the tooling so that the beard, you can't really see it, but
this is like underneath.
it's like right where the tip of the arrow is, like right there, and then it sort of comes over. So there's a cut there and there, and it's just not it's not our standards. That doesn't meet our standards. You know what I mean? So we want to have that adjusted and look better.
I will say that all the beards, like you can't really see it in the pictures, but they're crazy detailed. Like there's so many strands. It's great. It's amazing.
Obviously, Eric put a lot of work into these because when you're doing something like this, digital sculpting tip here for you. But when you're doing this, a lot of the times you have to do individual strands and kind of stick them into the sculpt, and then you kind of fuse it all into one whole piece. But
you have to sculpt each strand.
Yeah, I think
in a way.
I think you would do like the body of the beard and some of the detail you sculpt in, and then some of the detail like the strands that are popping out more. I think you would just sculpt it and just kind of stick it in.
Wow.
And Bill could probably give some more information on that as well. It's very cool. But yeah, those beards are like crazy mage beards,
and also there's the concern that once everything's tooled up and it's actually production pieces, that you lose that detail.
So when you're dealing with production, tooling and production, some of this fine detail, like even skin texture, like we've been getting more and more sculpted detail and texture in our figures, like all over the figures, and especially something like skin texture. You want to sculpt it enough, and usually when you sculpt it, you need to over sculpt it a little bit, because when you go into tooling, you will lose just a little bit of that detail. Then when you inject the tools with the plastic, then you lose just a little bit of detail. Then you're putting paint on top of it, you lose just a little bit of detail. So you want to make sure that the detail is just enough so that it's not overdone and looks ridiculous on the final piece. But you also want to make sure it's not underdone, and then you just basically lose everything.
Yeah.
The good thing with like for production, like the skin texture or the skin coloring, they would do it by spray. So spray airbrush, is going to give you the lightest effect, and that'll help retain that. If you were brushing it on by hand with a brush, it's going to be a little bit thicker, and also might be streaky too. So this way, at least with the spray, you get a nice light coat, and it allows a lot of that detail and texture and wrinkles and everything to really shine through. God, 130 people. I love you guys. Here we go again. We got Smart Chris. See, when George is not here, Smart Chris comes out. Just make sure.
Well, I had to wrangle you a little bit from the beginning of the show.
I watched a video. Oh, Games Workshop. Yeah, that's cool. A wizard with a semi-automatic weapon. All right, just make sure there's any questions. I'm telling you, we're gonna want that cowbell. All right, and let's get back to the Pikachus, and then we got. Do you remember his name?
Or was he Samir?
Nope.
No.
Nope. Definitely
I can't remember.
Zende.
No.
Zende.
Sunday. Come on down.
Come on down. Zende's badass. I love that.
That staff is cool. That magic effect. That stoic look.
Yep. He's badass.
But what's really cool is all three of them are essentially bald guys with beards.
Bald beardies.
But they all have like such different like looks to them, Like you have like the wizened looking Samir. You have like
gentle wizened the Samir.
Yeah. And you have like the
aggressive,
angry.
Arizak.
And-
I think stoic. I like
Yeah.
stoic and oh gosh, what would be another good word?
There's like a nobility to him, like
Yeah.
a grace and nobility to him.
He's so cool. I love the new magic effects like that we have over there around the wrist. You got the two different sizes. You have the small and large. That
I didn't
staff.
know
Like,
that.
look at all the, yeah, no, right? Look at the details in that staff. I wish I could zoom in on there. I'm sorry I didn't take a closer picture. That head is awesome. Oh, I did take a closer picture of that though.
That's so cool. I need
so
a million
much.
of them right now. Chris, you said that we needed a million test shots of those, right? Just for quality
So
checking,
cool. So cool.
Yeah. Purely.
Apparently, I need to cut my fingernails.
Look at those nails.
Shut up. But look at that. I love. And now with this, you can where the pointer is pointing. This part is a separate part from this part, so it's actually two parts. You got this ring with everything inside, and then you got the outer ring, so the inner and the outer. So it's and then it's glued together, but it looks amazing. I love it. So that'll be generally when we do these, they get injected in clear, and then they get kind of a very light spray, and then it's amazing when they do that. It looks like it's injected in color, but it's not. It's actually a layer on top, and that's going to be easier to do because we have several different colors of the same magic effects, and so it's cheaper and easier to inject it all in clear and then color it versus injecting everything in color because
they like change every.
Yeah, they have to change out the hopper where they put all the pellets, the PVC pellets in the hopper. It gets melted in there, and then it gets injected into the tool, into the molds. So they have to change the hopper. They have to clean out the tube that goes, into the tooling, and probably even have to also clean out the tooling itself. And the way they do that is by using basically white PVC to, because then they can see if there's still any color in there too. So they have to. It takes a lot of time. It's more money, more materials, more waste. That's the biggest thing, is more waste, because all that stuff that is injected in is useless. So they
should just send it to us,
Yeah, they should. Well, if they did it, but they don't, so it doesn't matter. So that's it's better that way. I'm always against injected color anyway, and after learning about all of that, I'm even more for injecting everything in a solid color. Now, when we're doing something like the deluxe figures, like Slog or Kragnar or any of those big guys, they're only being used once. Those are actually injected partly in color. Like you saw, like the Slog and Kragnar test shots where they were like, Slog was green and
gray.
black or gray. Yeah, they're only injecting that one. They're not doing multiple versions, so it doesn't matter. So it's actually easier to have that base color, for him, because when you're putting paint on there too, having that base color really helps.
It made it really vibrant.
Yeah, and the one good thing is, for all the standard 6-inch figures, they're all injected in white, and white's a good color to inject it in because it's easy to put any color on top of white. If you inject it in like gray or black, it's hard to put lighter colors on a darker color. That's kind of, art theory 101 type thing. The only downside is if you have like the Tusk female figure, it's all black. If you scratch it, you'll see the white very easily. But in that regard, I did ask them to try and inject that in black this way. If it gets scratched, it won't be so noticeable. So I don't remember if they did or didn't, but I had samples and they were not scratching at all. So whether that means it was injected in black, I don't know. But
that was, I think, the only one using that female body in Cosmic, I believe. Cosmic Wave 1.
Yeah, well, there was
Ziri might have had some shared parts.
Yeah, she had some shared parts. But what got me thinking about that was, I think Krampus had that black body, and I was just like, we need to make sure anything that's got a very dark finish like that needs to be injected in a darker color, if possible. So all right, so let's see what's next. So there we have one of my favorites and one of your favorite, everybody's favorite. She's so cool, super, super, super popular. What's her name? You stink! It's Thrace.
Thrace. All right. They come out so fast that when I start shipping them, that's when I really start remembering the names.
Yeah, I've been dealing with these like for the last year, so the names are been in my brain for a year. She is awesome. I can't wait for her to be painted. The face is gorgeous. Like the colors and everything is so amazing. She comes with the
skull effect.
Yeah, she comes with the skull, the small skull effect, and then the large snake. Don't forget that one's a snake at the end.
Yeah, it's a little hard to see in that picture.
Yeah.
But the top by the staff is that's like a snake head, and in person it looked awesome.
Yeah, it's just a bad angle.
It's just
I'm not a photographer.
Trevor,
don't shoot the messenger. But so yeah, then you see the two heads there. Now, something that I'm working on right now with the factory, you can see the hair is riding a little high. There's a bit of a gap under there, and then there's a gap over the little strand. So that's just something that I'll be working with the factory, make sure that the hair is sitting flush with the head, both heads, and this one the hair kind of comes right around there like that. And we prefer to do the cut in the hair like that when you see this the hairline, because when you separate the hairline from the head, sometimes it's noticeable. I don't like the way it looks, so anytime we can avoid that, I'm all for it. So that this way the hair is sculpted with the head and it's all a solid piece and it looks more realistic. Then you can use that, the part or whatever in the hair as the separation line, and it looks natural. So these are the things that we try to do when we're doing that. Obviously, these two strands here, it's very easy to separate them out because they're under there, and it actually gives it a nice kind of layered effect. It makes it look more three-dimensional. And those had to be separated out just because of tooling reasons, because it'd be very difficult to tool these with with the main body of hair. And that strand is separate also, same reason.
let's take a look at the comments real quick, see what the people are
Comments out.
saying. Maybe they have
people.
some questions.
I love the people.
Right.
Yeah, amazing hair sculpt.
Oh.
Again, good old Eric. My favorite.
Pictures don't do these justice. I'm sure you would say that.
Yeah, well, listen. I love the swoop back hair on a figure. Yeah, true. It's very cool. Well, so just to get to that,
Yeah, this is your department.
yeah. So right now, again, these are our very first injection test shot samples. So we're going to be going over them. We're going to be, calling out all the things that need to be fixed. They'll debug the tooling, and then what do you call it? I would say the tooling itself, could be.
That was a thinking whistle right there.
Yeah, because I haven't thought about it yet. I'm just so focused on just making, what changes need to be made. But, it could be a month, maybe 2 months, but I don't anticipate it taking that long. What they're going to be doing right now, and that's just for tooling to be finished, to be changed and fixed. Then it'll take probably a month and a half for injection, and then paint will take 45 to 60 days. These are rough estimates. What they're going to do though is start paint samples now, so that it saves time, because there's no need to wait until tooling is completely debugged in order to start paint samples, because then you just lost a bunch of time. You start on these, for lack of a better word, crappy injection samples, because all that matters is the application. It doesn't matter if the articulation sucks, if the hair isn't sitting on the head, like none of that matters for paint samples. This is just so that we can see color and application. And then when the tooling is done, or when the tooling is debugged, they'll start injecting. And by the time they're done injecting, the paint samples will already be approved, and they go right into production. This way we're not wasting any time. Zulala, no, that is because George had a baby. So he says they're going to be a foul. That would be cool though.
We'll do a little episode recap, because there were people who missed out on a few things that weren't announced.
Or just watch the rerun. Just watch the first 5 minutes of the nonsense. So no, Grave Knight. Yes. Sorry. Grave Knight is also new tooling. That's Cosmic Legion's book 2.
Mm-hmm.
So Grave Knight is almost is in the same process right now of finalizing the tooling. There's some adjustments that are being made, but that's already, been relayed to the factory, to the tooling factory. So Cosmic 2 will come out before Poxxus. They're going to be starting production sooner on Cosmic 2 than they will on Poxxus, but it's going to be one right after the other. It's just going to be, an avalanche. Thank you, Stephanie. I am meticulous. I try to be. But I will say this. I have people like Diego and Joe and, heck, even birthday boy Vern and Cookie and everybody looking at the stuff too. And that it's a team. It's always a team. It's definitely a team effort. And they will sometimes catch things that I miss or some things that I know about, but, have been addressed or whatever. It doesn't matter. As long as it's caught. That's the biggest thing. I'd rather have, 6 set of eyes on it. As long as nobody opens the box when it first comes in, that's all I care about. Because I got to test everything out like from the get-go. So I hope that, Papa Schmitty hope that gave you a good idea as to, time frame. There's still a lot to go. It's going to be a couple months before these are shipped from the factory, but there's a lot that, is going into it. Let me just make sure if there's any other questions. Any new figs using the slog body type anytime soon? You never know. It's obviously we keep these things in mind because that slog figure is one of my favorites in the entire Four Horsemen catalog. I love that figure.
It's a bold statement.
It's a bold figure.
It is a bold figure.
I want to see. Oh man, you know what I just thought about? I want to see him in an irradiated, glow in the dark green.
Whoa.
Oh, that would be so cool. Magic effects look like a prime candidate for painting only because there are so many little elements that could be. Oh, absolutely. I'm looking forward to seeing what customizers do with that stuff. Just throwing in crazy pops of color all over it. It's awesome. 4-H has a professional hand model on staff. Who knew? That's just my side job. Thanks. Yes, I've never shucked an 80-pound bag of corn. I have no plans on it either.
Those are the hands of a production manager. He manages production.
Soft and fragile. Excuse me.
One of the fun things I like also
140 people. Jeez, that's awesome.
One thing I also love about these test shots is I'm sure a lot of our viewers have noticed there are certain parts that are painted that are existing parts.
Yep.
And it's the factory using whatever bits and odds and ends they have extra of and kit bashing to make the rest of the body. So sometimes you'll see several figures worth of parts on one test shot. So there was, what was it? What's the name? The last
Zenday.
Zenday has like Juban's shin on one side, and I think Bardrick's shin on the other side.
Yeah, that's just from the factory. Whatever they have, they just put it together.
But yeah, it's like one of those fun little things when you get them in.
It's like, whose part is that? So likely Legion's Con for Poxxus? I don't know. I mean,
we're not making any promises.
Yeah, it's very hard to say because it really depends on how long the adjustments take. Just trying to think. Like I said, definitely Cosmic. Cosmic's on its way, so we'll have Cosmic for PowerCon. Definitely Legion's Con. For Poxxus, I mean, it'll be great if we can have it in time for Legion's Con. That's a great goal for me. But again, just like Cosmic, I'm not rushing it to get it here for something specific because I'd rather it be done right than fast. Always.
Mark Mulligan, we do have stands that we make for our figures.
Whoa, what?
We've offered them in previous waves. This past in-stock sale, we had a bunch up for sale. Also, at shows, we usually have some for sale. We'll probably do another offering of stands sometime soon.
Yeah. Either in stock or pre-order. What with the 6 people testing, what ideas have you had for improvements, ones that you can share with us? I mean, when it's already tooled, you can't really improve much. It's more about making it look clean, making it look tight, making everything function properly, things like that. But it does sometimes lead to future improvements, where we get like the elbows and knees now have a more of a range of motion, so that you can, hold a sword with both hands and stuff like that. So there's definitely things that do come out of it. I can't really think of anything specifically, but it does happen. I mean, you play with them all the time, and you come up with ideas.
It's one thing that I've done for a couple things that have come in recently is do a lot of pop and swap tests, making sure certain parts are compatible with other parts. Joe does the same thing.
Yep. My hands can't take it. My hands are too fragile for that.
And trust me, that takes a while.
Yes,
And
it does.
it's a lot of parts to try. I obviously don't try every single one, but I try to swap one of each type,
Yeah.
But yeah, there's
we found where parts were like, hey, this isn't backwards compatible. This doesn't fit.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Diego and Joe.
there was a figure recently that it had to do with like the head, and we're like, this something's off on this.
Yeah. Does a factory ever play like we do in Kit Bash Parts? Only if it's bootleg stuff out the back door and they're putting it together to sell.
You probably have a Mythic Legions fan somewhere in the factory.
Yeah. Yeah, the people that oversee the production, that's it.
Yeah.
Because we make them money for the factory. It's just something else. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I'll take that answer and agree. Right is better than fast. Yeah, I mean, like I said, same thing with Cosmic. I mean, I always had to make sure that especially being a completely new line, a new series, separate from Mythic, it's all these new parts, but they still have to be compatible with Mythic parts. It is a pain in the butt, but I want it right. I don't want it fast. Cosmic could have been out like 4 months ago, but there would have been problems out the wazoo.
Now, that being said,
yes,
no line is ever 100% perfect.
Nope.
Sometimes we can address issues to the factory, and sometimes those issues don't get 100% fixed. I know that definitely in previous places we worked at, that certain issues, can sometimes not get fixed properly. And also, here there's sometimes you give the factory notes and it didn't get done right.
Yeah.
And
It happens.
And production happens. So we do everything we can. We're earnest when we say we do everything we can to give you the best product possible. Whoa, look at that.
That doesn't work.
But we can't make everything 1,000% perfect.
Right. So really quickly, just wanted to show that now that we shipped out all the in-stock stuff, we're getting ready for Monkey King.
In-stock stuff should be either in your hands or about to be delivered, because we shipped the last of it already. I think this week. I think Monday.
Maybe
Monday or Tuesday.
I think Monday.
So, all right. So maybe some of you guys will get it by the end of the week.
Yep. So now we're getting ready for Monkey King. And as you can see, there's lots of boxes.
Yep. We're prepping hard.
Lots of boxes, because Monkey King is a single figure. And it's going to be, it's a big order, number of orders, because a lot of singles, good chunk of doubles or all-ins, stuff like that. It's going to be in our best interest and in yours to start making these boxes, assembly line, just making boxes, getting them ready so that when the figures come in, which should be end of the week or beginning of next week, it's basically going to be like stuff and seal, and just blaze through them as fast as we can. And all of that is because we want to ship Cosmic as soon as possible, because Cosmic will be coming in right after that. We want Monkey King to be done, and we want Cosmic to go. This way you guys have it ASAP. And then the retailers will start shipping end of July, beginning of August, somewhere around there. We're still figuring that out. But we do want to get it out there to you. We want you guys to play with Cosmic, see how cool they are, see how amazing they are enhanced, the colors. I mean, I've shown paint samples on here and production samples. I mean, there's the Sphexians and the Vigar and Slog, and I mean, these things are so cool, and it's brand new line for you guys. can't wait for you to have it and start taking pictures and doing customs and everything. It's going to be awesome.
I really can't wait for Cosmic to come in.
Yeah,
Like
it's been a long road.
Like really, like seeing test shots and seeing samples in the studio, like it's just got me excited because I'm the kind of guy that like I want to make He-Man-esque customs where it's like sword and sorcery but with tech.
Absolutely.
So I want to take that mythic and that cosmic and bash them together and make something new.
Take the mythic, the cosmic, put them together.
And I can't wait for Monkey King either.
And put them together too with mythic and cosmic and Monkey King and
Space Monkey.
Space Boost Monkey
Knights.
Boost Monkey Spanky.
I had a cat named Spanky.
This is true though. It's
What?
funny. Learning how to wait for Mythic Legions was difficult. I've learned to appreciate that I get exactly what I want by pre-ordering. And you know what? It's obviously that's the name of the game. Pre-ordering helps everyone. When you pre-order, you pay, and don't even think about it after that unless you're doing it from a retailer, right? But for us, then we know what type quantities we want to have. And with that, then we're making sure that we know what to order for the pre-orders. We know what to order for after the fact, like, you know, for the shows and stuff and for new retailers. And this way we don't have a huge amount of overhead because obviously that's the biggest thing. The more stuff you have, the more space you need. The more space you need, the more money it costs. So it's like, it's not worth it to have this huge, you know, stockpile.
We don't have the space for it.
Yeah, I mean, we've expanded our space several times, but it's because we're just producing more different waves also. And we have to be cognizant of that so that when the next wave comes in, like Monkey King, you know, with the in-stock sale that we just had, that opened up some space for us, which is good. Monkey King's going to come in and go right back out. And then Cosmic is going to come in. And Cosmic's going to be big. So
we
it's amazing.
Listen, I know we do a great job and we seem like we're a big company. There's not a lot of us.
Maybe count on two hands. Maybe two hands and a finger.
Honest to God, I think in the building, on a good day, there's 12 of us.
Yeah, on a truck day.
On a truck day.
And if Jeremy's visiting.
Actually, so definitely less than 20.
Yeah. So it's when these guys are designed, are things done with future editions already in mind, like when ports are made or areas that currently don't make sense until when later parts come out to expand the figure don't make sense to you or to us, because we do everything for a reason. I think that's all I'll say. But yeah, I mean, you have to plan for the future. Whether it's the armor or the accessories, you know, any number of different things. We want everything to obviously be backwards compatible. So backwards compatible with Mythic Legions 1.0, with Cosmic Legions, with Figure Obscura. Like all these parts are, swappable across the lines. And then when you have 2.0, then it's, smaller body type. So again, anything for Mythic, for Cosmic, for Figure Obscura. There's, a couple parts that, like I say, like Ias, his torso.
Yeah.
It's, long, skinny and everything. So, I think a standard, something, I forget what it was, something standard doesn't fit into his back, like the wing adapters or something. So, nothing you can do about that. Yeah.
We can try and make everything as backwards compatible as possible, but at a certain point, in order for the line to evolve and become better for you guys, certain figures will have features that aren't necessarily backwards compatible. Yeah. And I mean, the goal,
very few though.
Yeah, very few. The goal is always to remain consistent and to have that compatibility, because that's what we love. We love that about our own toy line. It's amazing. And even before I worked here, I've been a fan of Mythic Legion since the Kickstarter, since even before that, the Gothropolis days. Yeah. So
Scarabus.
Yeah. I still don't have Scarabus.
Nah. I don't care if there's 20 waves still waiting to be delivered. I'll keep all ending with 4H. And honestly, I mean, hopefully we never get to that point. But that's going to be your best bet, because you're going to get best price. Whether it's an all-in or just like cherry picking, you're going to get your best price from store horseman, I should say.
Yeah.
Retailers are great because you can put in your order, you pay for it later. However, sometimes you don't have the money later, or sometimes or the prices are higher. I mean, you're definitely better to just do it and forget about it.
Yeah.
You're saving money and you're saving hassle.
Mhm.
What was the? Oh yeah, can't wait for Toy Bruh. Looking forward to the Cosmic Takeover on my channel. Yeah, I can't wait. Can't wait to see all your photos and videos and everything. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Can't wait.
How many people we have viewing right now?
141. I think we got very close to 150. It was insane. I love it.
If we hit 150, I don't know what we'll do.
We'll smash that.
Well, here, just real quick, for anyone who missed earlier, this is the new Deacon armor. We showed it off earlier. So, yeah. So this is the new armor, all painted up for everyone to see.
Is there any chance of trolls again? Huh? We just sold a whole bunch of them. What trolls are you looking for?
What trolls will they?
We went through a butt ton of them.
Tell her to make a skeleton
Oh,
centaur.
that'd be awesome.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
We should totally do that.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
We'll see.
One day.
We'll
It's also
see.
got to fit in the story too. Like, what I mean? There's got to be a reason for it to happen.
Yeah.
That's why it's called Cosmic Legions, because they ain't got the space. I don't know if that works or not, but I'm wondering if the avians will ever come around again. That would be cool too. I mean, definitely a cool line. A lot of birds came out of that, especially Big Bird, Big Angry Bird. Sorry, Big Angry Bird.
Kirby. Yeah, Sir Andrew would have still been in the wave. It was in the works before the vote was finalized. So yeah, if Sir Galeron, I'm having trouble pronouncing that, had won, Sir Andrew would have still been in there.
More trolls, some dragons, and animals, please. Yeah, I agree with you.
Also, Sir Andrew is one of my favorite figures, by the way, of the wave, and possibly one of my favorite knights.
Yeah, he should have been more dragony, if you ask me.
Oh,
Inside joke.
I like Sir Andrew.
I can't wait for another
cool.
troll. I want a skeleton troll, a fire or lava troll, a swamp troll, a shadow troll, a wing troll.
Whoa, I want a skeleton troll.
Now that's all new tooling.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, well, hopefully we can do more trolls. Trolls are hard because they're a larger item. They're more expensive. But I mean, the trolls are awesome. I definitely hope that the next troll we do will have some new parts. Something we've been wanting to do. It just, again, it has to fit into what we're doing for that wave. It has to make sense. It's not just going to be like, just throw it in. It has to make sense. If we can work it into the story, if we weren't originally going to do it, and we go, you know what, we really want to do a troll. How can we make it work? There's ways of finding a way to get it in. It's our story. We can, adjust as we need.
Yeah.
But yeah, if it just doesn't make sense, it's not going to happen. 150! Yeah, 151! Woo! All right, all 150, you smash that like button. That's awesome. Ooh, I'm happy. And we are at just about to hit the 1 hour mark.
Wow. 151. Oh, 150. We lost somebody.
Screw it. We had 150.
We lost Mew.
I'm so into that. I tremble with anticipation.
Let's see.
I love it. One of my favorite movies ever.
Whoa.
Magnus is corny.
Magnus
is that
is
what
corny.
You I hope you come to intern for a day so I can just school you.
Magnus,
it's all good.
When I first saw him, I was like, whatever. When I saw him in person, I was like, oh man, this is such a cool figure.
Yeah. And you know what? I mean, look, it's totally cool. Like, everybody has their own faves and poopers, you know what I mean? And that's totally fine. I got no problem with that. If you don't like Magnus, it's all good. Vac metal plating. Is vac metal plating a consideration for future figures, or is that too much of a health hazard? So, something with vac metal.
That's a good question.
There's 2, technically 3, types of plastic. What? More dragon, please. There's 3 types of plastic. There's PVC, there's ABS, and there's POM. Okay. Don't
break
I was holding on to brains.
Wait.
So anyway, PVC is the main plastic that you're using for a figure. Just put the hand out.
There we go. I was trying to.
So as I was saying before, PVC comes in different durometers. That's how hard the PVC is, how much flex there is to it. So PVC basically foot, leg, arm, hand, chest, head. That's all PVC. That's all hard PVC. It's about 90 to 95 degree. The flexible, like that, is 65 degree. So that's what we call it, 65 degree PVC. We just say flex for short, right? These wings, the helmet pieces, whatever, that's PVC. Then you got something like the crotch, which is hard. And then you have like the joints and the sword, like things like that. That is generally going to be either ABS or POM. ABS you can put paint onto. POM you cannot. So POM, the paint will come right off. So when you look at the joints on the figure, you got the elbow joints, you got the knee joints, the ankles, the wrist, shoulder, anything like that is POM. Sometimes you'll see when you're moving the arm, there's some paint flex off. You know, that's just because when they painted the figure, the joint is already in that arm. You know, when they inject the arm, they put the POM joint in and the PVC injects around it. That's insert tooling. We're not going to, you know, make little spray masks to mask that off because it's not worth it. It's an extra cost and it takes extra time. When the paint just comes right off, you know, you can do it yourself. You're not damaging the figure because that paint is not meant to be on there. And so, so we're only going to use POM for things like that. It's going to be injected in color.
Let's see some of the. Yeah, let's.
Okay. You can just scroll down. So when you're doing, or you want to switch sides?
Yeah. Cool. Switch places.
Oh, if George was here, he wouldn't do that because that's fun. So the joints are going to be injected in color. That's the only time we're really injecting in color. The ABS will be injected in white. When you are doing vac metal, the only material you can do it on is going to be the ABS. So if we want to do the sword, you know, all vac metal, you could do that. Certain other things like maybe the shield and things like that, you can do that. As you probably know from like toys from the 80s and 90s when they had vac metal, excuse me, eventually, you know, it does tend to scratch off. I mean, it does happen. So, you know, we don't want to really do it on, you know, kind of larger areas, things that are going to, you know, get scratched and get damaged. But it is something that we would like to do in the future. It's got to be the right reason, the right figure, right part, whatever. When they do it, you know, it's interesting the way the way they do it. They have like the parts kind of hanging up on like a conveyor belt type thing. And I believe, because I've never really done it, but I believe it's electricity is conducted through it and it sort of pulls the metallic paint to it. And that's how the paint is put on.
Oh, shit. Oh, that happened.
Nope.
What do you, to reply to somebody, it's.
Don't even put a reply. I don't know. I don't want to mess it up.
All right. So Rex Downham, email.
You can just highlight it. Show.
Yeah. You emailed about changing your address for all incoming orders. Please make sure you email customer service at sourcehorseman.com. So if you emailed there, then you should have been taken care of. But if you did not email there,
then you got an automatic reply saying, please email us at customer service at sourcehorseman.com.
So, I'm sorry.
Plus one for Rocky Horror Picture Show. Yeah. What is that thing? I've heard that. Oh, that's rather important. What? Shit.
If you heard, send us the email.
If you heard.
We're waiting on that email.
Yeah, I'm waiting. It's still going to be a couple weeks.
All right.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Mark. Appreciate that love. Let's see.
A giant at 12 to 6 inches. Wow. Yeah, because I think ogre scale is 9 inches. I think it's 9 inches.
And those are half giants, technically.
Yeah, that'd be bananas.
Now, how it like a full giant wouldn't necessarily be double the height, but maybe like a slightly bigger.
Yeah, I mean, it could be like 12 inches. I mean, that'd be cool. 1/6 scale.
Yeah.
Zealous. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just busting their chops. The troll sold out immediately. Did they sell out immediately? They did go
They
fast.
sold
but,
very quickly.
yeah, surprisingly.
it was a great deal.
Yeah. What was that one that you're covering? I can't see it. Oh, yeah, it's true.
Kirby, we do not have any knowledge of the votes. Chris and I are not privy to that information.
We have top men on it.
Yeah.
Top men.
Chris was focused. He didn't laugh. Yeah. All right. Sorry if we're going through some old ones. I'm just trying to.
Yeah. Just make
let's
sure.
see.
That explains why joints are usually a pain when painting customs. Yes, that is true. Now you're also, when you're painting customs, you're using acrylic. So there's two things with that. Obviously, even acrylic's not going to stay. I mean, maybe if you were to prime the joints, it might stay, but I don't even know if the primer would stay. But the other thing too is those joints are very tight, so anything you put on there is going to get scraped off, and that's the only downside to them for like customizers, is that you can't really paint them unless you plan on not moving them. Pose it, paint that joint, and leave it.
Let's see. Oh boy.
Yeah, it's just reloading.
Yeah. Film references are coming hot and fast today. Kind of makes you feel like
Film references are tight.
Whoa.
You're going to be at Heroes. You two going to be at Heroes?
The two of us are not going to be at Heroes.
I don't go to anything. I'm working. I want more Northern Forces. Yeah, I'm totally with you on that one. Highlight that one.
Which one?
Freaky Tiki. Right below. Yeah. Freaky Tiki. I want more Northern Forces, Frost Goblins. Oh, Frost Goblin would be so cool. And Orcs, yes.
I'm a little biased. Like I want like some more Viking like dudes.
I want it.
I have a lot of Viking
Give it to
apparel.
me, baby.
So.
Yeah, that'd be dope. Joint prep is the worst part of customizing. I hate sanding joints. Yeah, I believe it. I wish I could do that too. Monster. Oh yeah, Monster High joints. Yeah, it's the same thing. I'm sure Monster High. All the joints are really the same. You're not going to use PVC because no matter how hard the PVC is, it sometimes has a little flex to it. But also the toit like a tiger. When you do insert tooling and you have the joint, pinless joint, right? The melting temperature for the joint for ABS or PVC, ABS or POM is higher than the melting point for PVC. So you are going to inject the joints by themselves, like a POM tool. You're going to inject those joints, and then you're going to take let's say we're doing the arms, you're going to take the tool for the arms with those molds, and you're going to put those joints in, inject the PVC, and because the POM has a higher melting temperature, the PVC will go around it in liquid form, and the disc, you have that hole there, so the PVC is going to go around and through the hole, and that makes the pin internal. And then the PVC cools down, it's not going to stick to the POM because the POM it didn't melt, so it'll stay separate from the PVC, and then you just move the joint, and there you go. So that's how it is. Werewolves, werebear, werepanther, wererats. Oh my God.
Death Knight Riggedy. I also want more Eldritch, liches, shades, nightmares, witches, all that stuff.
A mammoth would be killer.
I'm
straight.
I'm a big fan of liches.
Oh, well, oh, that'd be cool too. I want more Eldritch.
I got
horror.
99 figures, but a Lich ain't one.
Demigods, Primordialis, Lich, Shades, Primordialis, whatever. Succubi, Incubi, Nightmares, Witches, all of that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Snow theme figures is my favorite. Looking forward to the snow job classified figure.
I'm looking forward to Wild Bill.
Yeah. Yeehaw! We need a Wild Bill and Mythos.
Imagine.
Oh, goodness gracious. All this talk on joints. I schooled you, girl. What was that? Poltergeist, Wraith, a Hag, a Bugbear, Hobgoblin. Oh, man. All of those would be so cool. Definitely a lot of great ideas. And again, when it makes sense, we want to try and get that into the line.
Yeah, Joe has been doing great work.
Riggedy, now you're just shouting syllables. What is that? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, Echidna, Lamia, Harpy, Satyr, Nymph, Fawn.
You could probably put a satyr together. You could probably take a Krampus head and body. Actually, a Krampus in itself is already pretty much a satyr. You would just need to put like furry legs, which I'm not sure how you would do that.
Yeah, I don't know.
And if you want it to be an actually accurate one, you also need to add something else, which you could probably go to Fison and pick up a bag of those.
Yeah, that's true. Mermaids. Oh man, I would love mermaids. That'd be dope. I would love mermaids just for like that the fish lower half, or snakes, for the snake lower half, like a Medusa. Like to have those in the what is considered 1/12 scale.
Yeah,
I mean large 1/12 scale, but to have those in 1/12 scale would be awesome, man. I love when you talk plastics production. I went to school for plastics production. That's cool. For what in particular? Like, I mean, are you doing something with that now? Because I am. Pirate skeletons, yarr! You can put horse lower legs on for satyr.
Yeah,
could you? I don't know if that would fit though.
I think they do, but it's like a little weird. But they can go on, I believe.
I'm totally down with that. We need a new little creature body, even smaller than goblins and dwarves. Fairies, gnomes, critters. Yeah, I mean, that'd be cool. Kind of like the timekeepers. Remember the timekeepers?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Like,
Frozen North themes. Woo.
Well, there's also this. Let's see.
Exotic jungle themes.
Yeah.
Desert nomad.
Grisha is one of my favorite characters.
Yes.
And I'd love to see.
He's got a beautiful design.
Like more figures. Yeah,
they.
They're. We don't know what Grisha actually is.
I haven't figured it out yet. Mermaids and pirates.
Figure obscure chupacabras. Let's do it. I want that. I'm also Puerto Rican, so.
Boricua.
When I was a little kid, like I would hear stories of chupacabra. I was like, oh my god.
From your mom, keeping you in line.
No, it wasn't like a threat. It's like
yes,
you go and visit family, and like you hear people talking about chupacabra, and you're like. Thinking there's a chupacabra up there.
Hellhounds and giant spiders. Yeah,
a hellhound would be.
There's no shortage of ideas. I mean, it's just a shortage of space and time and money.
Yeah,
you guys still want all these things. It'll drain your wallets very quickly.
Eric can only sculpt so fast.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start slapping him around like a slapping me. Come on, sculpt faster. We need more. We need more. A bag of bones. Yeah, I mean,
what a cosmic mount would be. I wonder. That'd be kind of interesting.
I mean, it could be anything because it doesn't matter.
It could be. It could be an animal. It could be a vehicle.
An animal vehicle?
It could be an animal vehicle. Like, oh my god! It's like Silverhawks. Didn't Monstars like ship? Wasn't it also like a squid?
Was it?
I think so. I think it was like a squid spaceship thing.
Oh my goodness gracious! Grisha is gender fluid in my canon. Yeah, totally, man. So it is one of the most beautiful designs. The color, the head that we've never used again. What's under the helmet? something fun. George hates fun.
But I think George likes Grisha.
He can't because Grisha's fun.
Oh.
All right, an hour 14, hour 15. I gotta get back to work, so I think we're gonna end it here.
Chris is gonna end the show.
It's time to end the show.
It's time. It's because you're sitting where George sits.
Get it
wait,
off
wait,
me!
wait.
Get it off me! Oh, there we go. Yeah. What are you doing? It's time to end the show. Can we end the show now?
All right, we're gonna end the show.
We're gonna end the show. Can we end the show?
Bye.
So next week, stay tuned. Next week for more Poxxus test shots. We'll do the brute scale. You remember the names for the brute scale?
I
Take off my hat.
don't know off the top of my head.
Tharnog and Calazir.
Hmm.
And then we'll also look at Poxxus and the horse. His name is Flogus, correct?
Flogus. Yeah, that.
You need this mask here.
We'll also show Poxxus.
Yeah, Poxxus. Good job. So we'll definitely. How about Chris Lee's and Diego? No, because I got to keep track of what he says.
All right.
Okay, time to go. So yes, see you guys next week. Thanks again, and bye bye, Diego, Robert, Chris.
Bye.
Bye.